Hello, this is Coffee Break with Ninita, a daily guide of coping skills that gets us through by making us strong.
We're surrounded by people that express their opinions. They're experts on this or the other, and consciously or subconsciously influence us in how we formulate our own opinion. That's not bad, but it can be one way. And it can be one way because often we don't use the 5 functions I call 5 freedoms that we all are equipped with. That when we use them, we don't only see what we are encouraged to see, but we see much more. Those 5 freedoms are in order the following. Freedom to feel. Just to feel, not to express the feeling, just to feel. To be aware of what feeling is that we have as a result of whatever situation is going on. Not to address it, not to cope with it, not to express it, not to hide it. This is called freedom to feel. The second freedom is freedom to hear and see. In this second freedom, what we do is we take the moment. We don't talk, we just let our eyes and our ears do the work. We take it all in. And some of it are going to be very pleasant, and other things are going to be very uncomfortable. In fact, that's why often when people talk, instead of listening, we interrupt, because of the feeling that the other person's words cause. So those 2 freedoms, the freedom to feel and the freedom to hear and see, it is a good thing to help us be aware of what is going on around us and use that very same awareness, thorough awareness, with no interruptions, to apply the third freedom, the freedom to speak. And in that third freedom, what we are encouraged to do, using that freedom, is to talk about what we feel in relation to what we hear and see. And that talk starts with I, not with you, but with I sentences. Very important to keep those 3 freedoms in that order applying. The fourth freedom is the freedom to take a risk. It is in the fourth freedom that we start talking, formulating opinions and ideas in relation to the previous 3 freedoms, to what we feel, what we hear and see, what we spoke about in relation to the other 2, and now discussing, addressing, taking action that is going forward with all that I have gathered from my previous freedoms. Now, in that fourth freedom, as it is called, I'm taking a risk. I don't know how the people around me are going to perceive me. They might like it, they might hate it. And it is very important not to react in a defensive way. And this is where the fifth freedom comes. It is the freedom to fail. It is the freedom to be able to own if the risk I have taken, if the actions that are involved in the risk I have taken were not good choices. And that's all right. It is all right when I don't become defensive. It is all right, whatever feeling I'm going to have as a result of failing, not to make it action right away. It is those 5 freedoms that keep us whole while things are going on around us, because we are able not only to see the things that we care for that are detrimental if they fail us, but also to see much more. And the world around us, not only to see us in relation to what we care for, but to see us in many other ways. That is why we cannot only focus on what we care for. We can focus our attention, but we have to be able to see much more and not to reject everything that doesn't feel easy and good. To be aware. Because when we reject everything that we don't like, we actually reject one of the 5 freedoms, the freedom to fail. And it is through that freedom that we gain so much power. Ironically, today we associate success with power. Power comes from knowing how to address when success is absent. So, we will talk more this week about the 5 freedoms. Take this as an introduction and try to think about it. Because this is exactly the 5 freedoms, the content we can use the time for when we go by meal, when we remove ourselves from situations that stress us, upset us, make us angry, make us sad, or overwhelm us.
Please leave your comments and suggestions on Facebook or email us on stayWHOLE@gmail.com. Until tomorrow, stay well and God bless you.